Hello, good day everyone. How are you doing? Yeah, well, this day we're going to review our Blue Yeti microphone. I'm going to tell you its features, its patterns, and after that, we're going to have our mic testing and I'll be giving to you my honest and personal review, the pros and cons of this microphone. So keep on watching. Now let's start with the Blue Yeti microphone's parts and its features. Alright, so let's start here. Let's go to the front of the microphone. We can see here the mute button. Now if I'm going to press the mute button, it will mute and it will blink. And if I'm going to press it again, then it means that it's already unmute. And now we have here down the master volume. You can turn it down or up, whatever you like. And we have also here our custom base or its stand, the microphone stand and its holder. And let's move back to microphone. Right here we have the mic gain control. You can use this especially for ASMR vloggers. They can use this if they want their microphone to be very sensitive. They can put it from 0 to 25%, 50%, and 100%. It will be really sensitive. It can actually cover the very little noise. So I think it's better if people can put it just 25% or even 50%. And for the 4-polar pattern selector, we have first the bidirectional, next omnidirectional. The third one is cardioid. And the last one is the stereo. So please keep on watching because later on I'll be showing you how these 4 patterns and 4 setting works. Down here we have our USB jack and our headphone output, and you can see here a hole. You can use this if you want to mount your microphone. This microphone's height is about 1 foot tall and it's quite heavy. And anyway, you need to use applications in recording your audio because this microphone is not a recorder. So you need to use an app. You can use Audacity, which is free for Mac and also Windows user, the GarageBand, and ScreenFlow, but this time I'm just using my computer voice recorder. Now let me show you its buttons and how do these buttons work. Okay, anyway, this is the front side where you can see the Blue Yeti logo, and the back side is where you can see the gain and also the 4 pattern selector. So again, this is the front and then the back. And anyway, if you're using the Blue Yeti microphone, please refrain and never flip this microphone like you're talking at the top of it. It will not work properly. So you need to talk in front of the microphone. Now I'm gonna show you the front side of our microphone. Here, as what I have said, you can see here the Blue Yeti mic or the Blue Yeti logo, and you can see here the mute button. Let's try its mute button. Here it's red. And then if we're going to mute it, it will blink. Now let's try. And now I can hear myself through my headset. It means it's unmute. Now let's go here. Down we have here the volume. You can just turn the volume up or volume down. If you want to hear your voice loudly, then you can turn it up, and then if you want to just make it very low, you can turn it low. But I'm actually choosing the middle one, just like 50%. And yes, that's the front side of our microphone. Now let's move to its back part. You can see this one, the gain controller, and also the pattern selector. So we have the gain controller. I'm putting it just 0. It's just 0 because if we're going to put it into 25 or 50, it will be really sensitive. Anyway, if you're doing mukbang or you're going sound recordings, music recordings, then it's good if you're going to raise the volume to 25% and 50%. And later on, we will try the different levels of its gain. Now let's try our 4 pattern selector and see how it works. Okay, let's try our stereo mode. This is the first one. Now let's try our stereo mode. The good thing about stereo mode is that it will just detect and it will cover the sound on a particular direction. Let's say, for example, I'm now in front of the microphone, so you can hear me talking like in front of you if you're wearing your headset. And now let's move it to the left side. Now I'm talking to the left side of the microphone. Mic check, mic. I am now on the left side of the microphone. Mic check, mic. And now I'll move back to the front. Hello, mic. And now I'll go right to the right side of the microphone. Now I'm on the right side of the microphone. You can hear me like I'm on your right side if you're using your headset. And now I'll move back. At the back part of the microphone, I'll move back. Hello, hello, mic check. Mic check. Hello, hello. And that's how it works. So that's our stereo mode. And now let's go to our next pattern, which is omnidirectional. It means it will detect the sound around the microphone, so you cannot hear it from the left or from the right. It will just be equal. The sound will be just equal. So you can talk right around the microphone without noticing that if I'm on the left or I'm on the right. So the sound will just be the same. And it's also good and recommended for those who are doing vocals or those who are playing instruments. But actually, I'm not good at instruments, so I think it would be better for you if you're fond of it. And now let's move to our third pattern, which is the cardioid. All right, now I'm using the cardioid. It means that it's just in one direction. It will just detect the sound in front of the microphone. Don't forget, the front of the microphone is where the BlueYeti logo is on. So it will not cover or it will not detect the sound around it at the back, at the left, at the right, but it will just only detect the sound in front of it. So that's cardioid pattern. And now let's go to our last but not the least pattern. We have bidirectional pattern. Let's turn it on. Okay, so bidirectional pattern is good for interviews and still for conversations. If you're going to record your conversation, then it's really the best. And remember that for this pattern, it will just detect the sound in front of the microphone and at the back of the microphone, in front and at the back. So that's why it's good for interviews and recorded conversations. So those are the 4 patterns. Now let's see how the gain works. Let's go back to our stereo pattern so we will really hear how it sounds like with different levels of gain. So this is just 0% gain. So let's try on the left. In front. On the right. In front. On the left. And at the back. Let's go back. Now let's try 25% gain. Now let's try 25% gain. Okay, so this is how it sounds like. Front. Left. Right. Back. Now let's go to 50% gain. Now if you have observed that I'm lowering my voice because it's very sensitive, it's on 50%, and if you can observe, you can hear some of my background ASMR, 50% front, 50% front. Let's move to the left. Let's move to the left. ASMR, left 50%, left 50%. Let's move to the right. Let's move to the right. Right. And that's how 50% gain sounds like. So it's already quite sensitive. Now let's go to 75%. Let's see if it has really a big difference from 50% to 75% gain. Let's try. Now we are trying 75% gain. It's more sensitive than 50% gain. This is 75% gain. Let's try ASMR. ASMR. Front 75%. Front 75%. Let's move to the left. ASMR. ASMR. 75% left. 75% left. ASMR. Let's move to the back. ASMR. ASMR. ASMR's 75%. 75% back. Back. Now let's try some sounds. You use your headset. Now let's try 100% gain while I'm eating chips. Let's move. Good for ASMR. Okay, so that's how 100% works. Okay, if you can observe, 100% gain is really super duper sensitive. So if you're a mukbanger, you can try the gain sensitivity from 50% to 75% and just make sure that your room is soundproof and it's not noisy outside, so it will not also detect the background noises. And if you're just live streaming, you can just put it into 0 or 10% if you want it to be a little sensitive. Now let's try to go back to 75% while I'm drinking water, especially for mukbangers, so you can see how it really works. Let's move to 75% and let's change the pattern into cardioid. Let's try drinking water. This is 75% cardioid, 70% cardioid. Okay, this time I'll be giving to you the pros and cons of this Blue Yeti microphone. This will be very honest, and this is my personal review of this microphone. Now let's start with the cons. This microphone is really a little heavy, so you cannot bring it when you want to go to another place. You cannot always bring it if you're a vlogger. It's not good for outdoor activities. You can just use it indoors, and it should be stayed in one place because it's very sensitive and maybe you might break it. So it's better to put it in one place. And another thing that I don't really like about this microphone is that it's a little pricey, but it's okay, especially for those people who are in America. But for people who are in the Philippines, it will be a little pricey. And if you want to know how did I buy this microphone, I actually bought it in Amazon. And if you know how much did it cost me and how did I buy this microphone, so I'm gonna be leaving the link below to answer your questions, and that's a video link, guys. And also, let's go to the pros of this microphone. Well, it's very easy to use. If you want an easy equipment, then it's really good. For its sensitivity, I'm gonna be giving it 10 because it's really sensitive and you can use it in any way you want, in podcasting, Skype calls, or even live streaming. Then it's really good. And another one is that it has its mute button. So if you are doing live videos or you're recording, then you can mute it and unmute it. So it's really good. And also, aside from its stand, if you want to have a stand mount or microphone mount, it's also good. So it's still very convenient to use. And that's it for overall, I'm gonna giving this microphone 10 points. It's really good and perfect. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope that you learned something from our video this morning. And if you want to request some other videos with regards of our microphone, if you want me to try something new, then you can just comment it down. And that ends our video. Don't forget, guys, to put on a smile on your face. Always stay young with my young. See you next time. Bye. Have a good day.